I had a question here. I was kind of like rapping with some of my peoples who didn't know that I had made this content, but I wanted to drive a point home, and so I sent him a video, and he was feeling it or whatever. I'm glad he is, because he's especially one of the people I do it for if he wanted. But he actually had a question. He wanted to know because he's out here, you know what I'm saying, trying to keep his head above the water like a lot of us, and that might come down to a lot of things. Okay, uh, it could come down to, for some of us, full time employment, you know, part time employment, or you know other lanes of this game. You know what I'm saying? Uh, to have a few things for real. To the best of our ability. And so some of us, we are dealing with some of the corporate politics. I done spoke on a number of things, and I've told y'all this before. We don't really do it to be famous. We do it to bring awareness and, you know, maybe, you know what I'm saying? There will be some change, okay, that will be beneficial to everybody. But you know, I say all that to say we got experience on it. Both sides. But question is, are a lot of these businesses and things like that overwhelmed when they get to talking about all the applicants, and this is the reason why a lot of people are not getting a call or they're not getting the interview or whatever. I wanted to speak on that and kind of like share some of my experiences and just the experiences of some of the other people that I've came across and talked to. Okay. Truth of the matter is, what I will say is likely, okay, for this, in my opinion, likely. When it comes down to the talent pool, and these businesses kind of like digging through them, trying to figure out what's going to work for them. When you're talking about national and international, okay, talent mining, okay, yeah, there's a good chance, maybe somebody that might have been that fire starter out there come into the game on fire or whatever. Yeah, there's a possible chance you could have been, uh, just overlooked. They might have picked the best that they found, okay, but not the best that was out there, okay. just a cool, nice way of me saying you, okay, or whoever's in question. There's a chance of that. However, when we are talking about a situation where a business, they decide they want to post locally, in the city, same city, and applicants apply, man, it's it's not likely if the recruiter and whatever else in the business, hiring managers, offices, if they're on their job, it's not likely the reason why somebody that probably should have at least got the interview or something like that. It's not likely that they didn't get it because they were overwhelmed, okay, with resumes and stuff. Truth of the matter is, man, yes, when we're talking about the front line, okay, typically when we're talking about the front line, okay, um, you'll have a greater chance that the applicant pool is much larger because man, a lot of times, man, more people are applying for easy jobs than they are applying for skilled jobs and jobs that probably grant a lot more autonomy but more responsibility and expectations and things like that. People choose easier jobs over that kind of stuff all day, every day. Okay. Um, so it might be like that, but man, once you get past those kind of jobs and you start talking about more skill jobs and things like that, man, they are especially not overwhelmed with talent. Okay, like that. All right. Oftentimes, man, one of the reasons why they don't get, uh, a lot of the candidates out of there and really give, a fair screening and things like that, it comes down to um, the professionalism and either a couple of things or both. The professionalism and ethics of the front line, which is typically like the recruiter or whatever, um, or their skill level. Okay, because man, a lot of people, man, they're not personal. They don't really know how to sit down and talk to people and really evaluate folks to get an idea. Okay, and yeah, we'll make this message and maybe the information will end up being put out there, but people are just, it's not an on and off switch. Okay, it got to be in you, not on you. It's a rare thing. Okay, I honestly think in order for you to be that way, you have to have a lot of interpersonal skills. Okay, a lot of inner dialogue skills. These things are very rare. Okay, but it could come down to that, or it can come down to the ethics or the professionalism of the hiring manager. Okay, it's likely. Okay, I'm saying likely. Okay, it's likely one or the two or both. Okay. Because there'd be a lot of stuff going on, man. Especially today, kind of like what I was telling y'all. When you got a lot of these people in these positions, a lot of these people, man, they be waiting on their folks to pull up. They can grant these situations to that don't pull up. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And you might look up and be like, "Dang, man, I'm still trying to get in that game out there, and they ain't hollering at me, but I'm still seeing it out there." Man, it could come down to that. It could be a situation where maybe the front line, you know what I'm saying, the recruiter or whatever, they are doing their job. They are this professional. They are out there bringing in the talent or whatever, and they're landing it over there with the hiring manager, and they're being extremely picky about it. All right, behind a lot of times the same thing. Okay, or they lack the ability to really identify the skills. Okay, based off what they see and read. So it could be that, or they could be, like I say, they could know that they got hitters out there like that, but they don't, they waiting on their folks or something like that. But that's typically what I believe. All right, when we talk about that situation. But in my opinion, man, when you're talking about maybe national and international type of situations, maybe that's what that position was for. Yes, but man, on average, man, when they're posting that stuff like that locally, it ain't like that, man. It ain't typically like that. I mean, even if they get a little more than average, most of the people that's trying for it or whatever, they ain't gonna really be good. They ain't gonna qualify for it. Okay, so if you cross-examine and you see that you were, it could likely come down to those things.